Good morning, everyone.
So you can just type in Google the name of KSR Data Vision. You can able to log into our website, guys. First sign in. If you are first time, you can just go and sign up here. It's the first time you have to sign up, or else you can simply sign in. I have an account already. You can click on I explore courses, upcoming sessions. This is the free session here. You can able to see here the free session, all 5 lectures you can able to watch from here. Okay. Just click here and enroll now. As I already enrolled, it's showing like a just access course. Okay. Here in the class records, I can able to see all 3 lectures, last 3. Today's class, I can able to join from here as well, right? So this is how you can able to access even tomorrow session also. You can able to see another link tomorrow here. So once you like all these 5 classes, if you want to pay the course fees, you can pay either app or else you can call our team and we also will help you to pay the fees. Here the course fee structure and all. It's a 40,000, almost 6 months duration, guys. It's including Azure, AWS, GCP, and MS Fabric also. Altogether, it will go for 6 months duration, 5.5 to 6 months nearby, all topics together. And course fees will be 40,000. And who are able to pay it one shot, it will be 35,000. Okay, and you can approach our team, they will guide you. And you also get a Fabric license also with the name of your name with the 1 year access. Similar like mahesh@ksr.com, the domain mail ID will activate with the MS Fabric license as well. So you can buy from here or else you can approach our team and they will help you to buy, get the course fees. They will send the account details. You can pay from there as well. Any questions?
Okay, what is the process if we want to buy the course already recorded session? And also, do we get all the license like Fabric license and what all we have
Fabric
with the live
license, we
sessions?
can't provide you for the previous batch and we don't have for previous batch actually. This is the first batch we are teaching with the Fabric for data engineering. And this is the first batch with the multi-cloud. Previously, we are teaching only Azure. We are teaching AWS separately. Azure data engineering costing around 30,000 at that time. AWS data engineering costing around 27,000. And GCP, we didn't teach previously. Now, as a demand in the market, particularly even though in the US market, there are a huge demand for the multiple clouds. So we are plan to design this course with the multiple clouds.
Okay.
And just one question, if we want to attend for Azure Data Engineering, then still the fee will be same?
No, you can pay 30,000 at a time. And if you need additionally that AWS and GCP, you have to pay. And the Fabric may be not possible at that time. Azure Data Engineering, yes, you can join only Azure Data Engineering with the Fabric also. The fees will be 30,000.
Okay. And I am joining in EST time zone. So in daylight saving, will you be able to adjust the timing
No,
because
ma'am.
it will be very
No,
late
no.
here?
So, ma'am, everyone here, there are some people joining from UK as well. Unfortunately for them, it's morning 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
They are adjusting and joining. Here, some people, they are
Okay.
going to in India also, they are going to their offices. And even though this time they are adjusting, I can't, like for particularly if it is only for that particular time zone, right? Maybe we can adjust. But it is a globally people are joining, even people are joining from and some other Arab countries as well.
Okay, I understand.
The same time zone 8 to 9:30. Even our trainer have any class also, he need to be skip that one and need to continue 8 to 9:30. 99% the time will be same 8 to 9:30 India time.
Okay.
Any
Okay,
situation,
got it.
unfortunately, he need to go to office a little early on that week. And if miss the class, and we will cover on weekend.
Okay. Okay.
That's the
Thank
thing.
you.
Can't change
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
hi Mahesh.
Yeah, ma'am.
Is there any crash course? It's not like about not 6 months.
Yeah, I
Is
will
there
tell you,
any
ma'am,
course?
crash courses can work. But I can't understand, like
Are you
people are saying 35
planning?
days. I will tell you, 35 days, these many topics, how we can learn and we'll able to crack the interview. I know, particularly from who are staying in US and they don't spend this much time. But without learning properly, and particularly these courses designed for high paid packages, right? Our salaries also.
Yeah, of course.
SQL
I
2
mean,
hours. Mm.
Yeah. No. I was like about to say the explanation from Santosh is excellent, and I can rate him 10 out of 10.
Hmm.
Because I like the way of explanation, but we are looking for little crash course, means like maybe session extended, or else like with
Um,
little real time
no,
examples
because
like that or
what will
something.
happen if you taken the 4 hours, 5 hours at a day? Initially, you will also feel good, but after that, you can't understand. It is very entry sessions. He was also teaching in very slow mode, and you maybe understand easily. When enter into the PySpark also, if it's very new to you, even you can't understand that sometimes, right? We need a
Okay.
practice for that. What I can suggest in that case, I will assign you old batch record also to you. Like example,
Okay.
now SQL he was teaching. You can focus on Python with the records.
Okay.
Daily spend extra 2 hours. You can finish as early as possible. Even I'm suggesting the all our students also similar way. If they don't have much time, I will assign old batch videos and they can spend more time and they will finish the class early. They can join live and as well as they can go with the old batch record also.
Okay, if we are like in advance, if we want to learn, we can join this class for like 6 months, and we can, if we need any topic in advance, we can use the old one you are
Yes,
saying,
yes.
right?
Because time
Okay.
we don't have like in the US, particular US situation I'm saying, you can't
Yeah,
spend
yeah,
six
that's
months
true.
there, right? So what
Yeah,
I can suggest,
because
go with the previous batch, recently completed batch records. I will assign you, so you can
yeah,
complete those classes as early as possible. Meanwhile, you can to get the in-depth knowledge. This course is a purely designed for in-depth knowledge. No need of work support after you have got the job. Maybe even though it's recording, I'm explaining what happened in US, right? You no need
yes.
of any interview support. You no need of any work support after you get placed, and after getting placed also, you no need to depend on anyone else.
Okay.
You have to
Yeah, that
become an
works.
expert.
Whatever you said, like join with the live and
Yes.
see whatever the topic if you need like that. That works, I guess.
Yes, yes.
That is the good option. Yeah.
And why
Thank
Yeah.
this
you.
curriculum we are extending every time, like every batch, we will try to change the curriculum, ma'am. Even though, example, in the last year batch, course duration is only 3.5 months.
Okay.
At that time, only as you said, like a crash course. At that time, it works. Now you know, right, how huge demand in the market and how many people are trying for the jobs. Compared to their
Yeah,
profiles, our profile should be in better way.
of course.
Yeah, even in your resume, for sure, in US, they are making with the 6, 7 years experience with the 7, 8 pages of resume, right?
Yeah, because that's the reason, and this is the spring, right? So we'll be getting calls if we extend, if we apply after 6 months. Again, Q2, Q3 will be started. We will not have any calls at all.
Yes,
Again, we need to wait for the next year.
yes.
So that's the reason we are looking for a crash course, not
Yeah,
about nothing
yeah.
else than that.
But I know, but who are going with the consultancies? I know there are some topics, even you're not aware, those topics also they will keep in your resume to get a call.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we are
Thank you.
actually, we
Thank
have
you.
a lot many clients from the US as well. I know their pain as well. That's the reason we designed in this way.
And yeah,
Even
thank you.
consultancies, they also will suggest me like go with the crash course. My students can't wait these many my people, and I mean they need to get a job as early as possible. But I'm suggesting them if we are giving in that way, again they need to be depend on someone else to work their day-to-day task.
Yes.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Again, you are paying for them, and it's instead of that you can go with these classes. I will assign you the old batch records.
Yeah,
So
this works.
so for
This is a great option.
Yes, yes,
yes, yes. So for
Yeah.
everyone, will you able to allocate this, assign this old records,
yes, yes. I
recorded
can. I
video
will assign.
session?
I will assign. No need to
So
worry.
if we will join this live
But
session, but apart from that,
But only
if you
concern will
just
be all the
mm,
maybe don't think me take me wrong. Commercials also I'm discussing who are paying complete fees only for them. I can allocate old batch videos. You can
okay,
go with a
sure,
one-time payment that is a 35,000. I can assign you old batch access also.
Yeah,
okay.
sure,
So
sure.
all the
Okay.
Thank you.
videos, so SQL, Python, and
Yes,
everything like
yes. SQL,
database.
Python, PySpark, Big Data, Hadoop,
Okay.
Azure Data Factory,
Okay.
Databricks, Data Lake, Synapse. All these you will get
Mhm.
it.
But only thing like we will not have any license.
License anyway. You are joining this course. I'm giving to you, right? Fabric license.
Okay, so it will
Azure even
be
I can't
allocated
bear
initially.
actually. Azure you
Mm.
have to use your credit card and you have to activate.
Yeah, it has a time limit, right?
Yes,
So
yes. We have to
okay,
use a
sure.
different card, a different name sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
sir, after completion of this course,
mhm.
is there any certification like we have to give test for that or? Just
Yeah,
the complete.
certification, you have to write exam for Microsoft. You can, with our course, I guess you can write almost 4 exams, which is a DP203, D6000, I guess, Fabric Analytics Engineer, and AZ 900. So around 3 to 4 certifications you can able to write, but you have to pay and you have to write for the Microsoft only. From our point of view, I
Okay.
can able to allocate course completion certificate.
Okay.
But to
But
judge, Microsoft only can judge you. You are expert in that, right? You have to write for.
yeah. So with this material, that will be useful for.
It's a more than enough. Not one
Mhm.
exam. You can write 4 exams. Santosh, what are the other exam names? I forget. DP203, AZ 900, and D600, and another
Fabric, there is a new one.
fabric. So these fundamentals you can write. India, I guess, not required for Indian people, but US market, yes, maybe if possible, you can write as exams. I can help you with some dumps. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Thank you.
initially we'll try with some practice assignments test. Once you are confident, then you can write the exam. Last year even I have some coupons, but this year I'm not able to get, but I will try. If any chance, if I got a coupons, I will allocate you. You will get almost 50% discount for that coupon codes.
Okay. Okay.
Last year we have a lot many coupon codes, but this year I didn't get yet. If any possible at that time, I will allocate you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And will help you to make these exams. Maybe some connections I have, they are able to pay right from their point of view. They will get some discounts. So compared to it's a $150, maybe you can get it $100 or something. We can try.
Okay.
If it
Okay.
is India, I guess 5,000 only, but you will get a 3,500 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Sir, I'm Tarun here. Can you tell me how many projects we will complete in this duration, this course?
Totally 4 projects will be covering. One will be on SQL, one will be on Python. This will be like a mini projects, but the actual project what we will be doing will be 3.
Okay, that's in big data, Hadoop, and all this. Huh?
Yes, yes. Not Hadoop. We'll be doing it in Spark and PySpark.
Okay, and not in Fabric.
The same project we will be see, Fabric is not a new technology, it's a new platform, that's it. So what we are doing it in our Azure, the same thing we will be replicating in Fabric with a different environment.
Okay. So when you want to say one in okay, I got it. Thank you.
See, if I do a project, if I do it in a Azure, you will get to know what is happening. The same project, if I do it in Fabric, even you will be able to validate whether the results are coming correctly, the accuracy are coming correctly. It's the same project, we will do it in different environment. That is what we are going to do.
And just a small idea, in how many months we'll be able to means enough so that crack the interviews or something like that.
Sorry,
In,
how many months you have to attend the
after how
class
many,
to clear interview?
yeah, we'll be prepared or something like that.
See, it's like driving a car. Okay, first we will be going in a first gear, so it will be very slow. So SQL, Python we will be learning. After that we'll be getting into a peak of the subject, that is Spark. Finally in the last 1.5 month is where you will have a climax. So directly if you are like seeing a climax, you will not understand, right? So you have to see how we are going in the order, then what is the flow, then finally 1 month is really important to crack the interview, because last 1 month I'll be talking about you on the scenario based questions and how the interviewers will ask questions, what type of interview questions will come, how do you explain this project. So last 1 month is what is really needed. For that, you have to
Okay, I
complete
mean,
all
you
six
will be
months.
preparing for that. You will prepare us for that.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And moreover, maybe you can start after 4.5 months also. Once Azure data engineering is completed, from that time onwards also, you can try for an interview. Meanwhile, AWS and GCP to give more opportunities to get a better package than only one cloud. So, but we can start preparing for interviews from once Azure is completed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll continue with the class, and maybe towards the end, we'll answer all of your questions. And previous batch recording, I usually don't recommend to everyone. The reason is you will be overloaded. Okay, morning you will read SQL, evening you will read Python, you will be overloaded. So guys who are really required to get a job as immediately as possible, maybe you can go with the previous batch recording. So people who have time, people who are working employees, you are still getting paid from your current organization, please go in order, because I strongly believe in slow learning. Okay, if you want, I can teach data engineering in 2 days. But the next 2 days, you will be again back to us saying that I lost the job, right? The preference that we give here is it's a slow learning. We learn concepts by concept, everything from A to Z, right? No one has ever come back to us saying that I was not able to work in the real time. So that's the tagline that we always give importance. No one ever has come back to us saying that I was not able to work in the real time. So that is why we know how much your brain is capable of capturing all the information. So one day it will be 1 hour, one day it will be 1 hour 15 minutes, one day it will be at 1 hour 30 minutes. So while we come to the project, as you expected, 3 hours, 4 hours sessions will be there, which will be conducting on weekends. All the projects we will be covering only on weekends. So weekends, it will be a long session. It will be like 2 hours, 2.5 hour session. So we have that. But don't expect every class to be 2.5 hours. It is not possible because your brain is also not capable of capturing this information. So with all this, you can ask your questions if you have any towards the end of the class. So let's come back to where we stopped. In the last class, I was talking about OLAP and OLTP, right? So we have given an example. The two important way of processing that we usually have is we used to have a online transactional processing and online analytical processing. So I've given you two examples which you should never forget. The one is ATM transactions. They're like you need an immediate change, right? The moment you put the PIN card, the moment you enter the amount, the next minute, the next second, your amount should be changed in your bank, right? So that's an immediate effort. And let's take a Netflix or even a Amazon, where you're adding to the cart, or even a Netflix, right? You watch some movies for 1 week. After 1 week, they'll recommend you. That is called OLAP, analytical processing. So this two type of processing can be done. The one which we are using SQL will be OLTP for the transactional fast processing. There is no other technology which can match the speed of SQL for OLTP, right? So this is what we have seen. Now, moving on to the examples at what we have seen, there is also a difference that you need to find out. So what is the difference here is, if you see the OLTP, so the OLTP, I have given an example of ATM. Okay, so ATM large handles a large number of small transactions. Even if you go to a ATM and you just take 100 rupees or even a 200 rupees, you take multiple times in a 1 day. You go to ATM multiple times. Every now and then you take a money, it will be updated. So the immediate transactions will be updated. That's why we say that large number of small transactions. Even if there's a small transactions, how many times you do, every time it has to go and update it, right? So that's a property, and it's a very simple queries, right? And everything has to be responded in milliseconds. Forget about seconds. We are not in seconds, we are in milliseconds, right? So every milliseconds a transaction has to be affected, and all of this are actually called the transaction data. It is for a business operation in the real time. It's a normal business as usual, right? Irrespective of whatever is happening, your business will run. Even if there is a weekend, weekday, holiday, festival, whatever may be the case, every single day the bank has to work. So that type of transactions, we call it as a OLTP transactions. Now this one, let's take a Netflix. Let's take a Netflix. So here what they do, they'll directly not recommend any movies. They will have to analyze your data for the last 1 week, what type of movies you watched, and whether it is a comic or it is a biography or it is a horror. So what type of movies you watched, what type of similar movies I can recommend, right? So it comes with some of the complex queries, right? It comes with some of the complex queries. And if you see one movie today, next minute they're not going to recommend you another movie. They will be having some cooling period. That means they'll analyze. They'll analyze for the last few hours what movies you watched, maybe 1 week what movies you watched. So here you cannot expect immediate transactions. It will take some time, right? And most importantly, this will be aggregated. What do you mean by aggregated? They will take the how many times he has logged into Amazon portal, how many times he has logged into, he has viewed the iPhone, how many times he has removed from the cart. So they aggregate it. Aggregate meaning is counting, summing up all of this, right? And finally, this we use it for decision making. So after 1 week, if I'm recommending a movie, that means I'm giving some decisions to them. After 1 week, if I'm giving some offers, discounts, cashbacks, so that means I'm also going to make some decisions. So this will be the difference between OLAP and OLTP. Don't get too much of deep into this. Just remember an example: ATM transaction and Netflix movie recommendation. If you remember this, for sure you'll never forget this OLAP and OLTP. Okay. Now, finally, we have here to learn about one language. That language is SQL. So we are going to learn this language. What is this language? This is the only language that you can go and communicate to a database, right? You can never speak to them in an English language. You have to speak only in a language called SQL. So with this SQL now, where will I go and write the code, right? For that, we need a database. For that, we need a database, right? So in market, there are so many databases that is available. We have a SQL Server, we have a Postgres, right? We have a IBM, we have a DB2, we have a MySQL, we have a Oracle. There are so many databases in the market. Okay. Now, before even I explain about this database, let's have a small different conversation, right? Imagine this is not a data engineering class. This is a computer science class, right? So you don't know what is CPU, you don't know what is mouse, you don't know what is monitor, you don't know what is motherboard, you don't know what is a processor, you don't know what is a RAM. So you don't know anything. You have come here to learn about computer. Okay. Now, today's class is about pen drive. So I'm teaching about pen drive now. Okay. Now, you don't know how to use pen drive. So you come to my class. So I'm telling you, guys, this is pen drive. In order to use this pen drive, it is a storage device. In order to use this pen drive, you have to plug into a port, right? USB port. Once you plug into a port, you will be getting on screen, you will be showing that you will be shown that a pen drive. You can open, you can copy, you can paste, you can put all your images, photos, documents, resumes, everything you can put it here. And the most important thing is, while you are removing your pen drive, there is an option that you have to do eject. So if you do a eject, your pen drive will be safely ejected from your USB port. Now that's all I have taught you, right? But today I show an example of Samsung pen drive. Pen drives can be from different brands, right? So today I have shown you from Samsung pen drive. Tomorrow you go to a company, in that they are actually using a Sony pen drive. They are using a Sony pen drive. Now, will you come back to KSR and will you point out to me and say that, can you show me once again with the Sony pen drive? Can you teach once again with the Sony pen drive? Are you going to ask me? Are you going to ask me what I have shown in the project? What I have shown in KSR is a Samsung pen drive, but in the project they're using Sony pen drive. So will you come back and fight with us?
No,
Why? It's a
no,
different pen drive, right?
but the working functionality is same.
Exactly. The process is same, right? Irrespective of whatever pen drive you're using, the process is same. What differs from pen drive to pen drive is the speeding, the speed, the writing speed, the copying speed, the formatting, it looks different, but pen drives are always pen drive. Well, let me tell you, you are learning here is SQL language. Don't focus too much on the tool. So in your project, they may use this one, 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 they may use this one. Let them use anything. Your SQL is not going to change. Your SQL is a language. So today, if I learn English, wherever I am, even if I go to US, UK, Canada, Germany, Mexico, wherever I go, I can speak. Right? I can speak because I've learned English. Similarly, here we are focusing on the language, not on the tool. Right? So today in my project, let's So in all the projects you go, in all the companies you go, don't expect that everyone will use MySQL. Even if they are not using MySQL, not a problem. Tomorrow you get offer in IBM. So what IBM will do? IBM will use their own database. Why will they borrow from others? They have their own database. So they will be using IBM database. So you don't need to worry. Oh, I have learned MySQL database, but here they are using IBM database. Doesn't matter. It's just the tool. It's just the database. But what you're learning here is a language. What you're learning is a commands. The same commands will be applicable in all the databases. Trust me, I've been using SQL for last 10 years. 95% of all your SQL commands will be same across the databases. Right? So tomorrow you go to IBM, you go to a DB2, you go to a Oracle, you go to a SQL Server. But just don't think about that 5%. Think about this 95%. 95% of your times, your entire SQL code will be remaining same. With that, as part of our course, we will be learning MySQL database. So MySQL database is just a open source database that we will be installing in our machine to write our code. So if you already have an existing database, no problem. Whatever I'm teaching here, you can implement that. But if you want to be aligned to what I'm teaching, we will be installing MySQL database for our practice purpose. Again, I'm telling you, any database, it is only for practice. But what really requires is a language. That language is what we are giving importance here, not on the tool. Because in future, after 3 to 4 months, all these tools will become irrelevant for us because everything we are going to do it in the cloud. Right? Everything, every single object, every single table, every single coding, everything we are going to do it in the cloud. So whatever we are doing here, it's just the initial steps that we are taking to go and implement the project. With that, we will have to learn MySQL. So why MySQL? Very simple. It's an open source. Every database comes with a pricing, but this is also open source. Anyone can go and install in your personal machine and we can start using the database. And the most important thing is even MySQL, even today, a lot of companies are using as their own databases for their companies. And you can see in the right side of your screen, so the Facebook, PayPal, NASA, even NASA is using Adobe, LinkedIn, everyone is using MySQL for their projects. So most of the projects, if you see, they are using MySQL, but maybe they're not using on-prem, they are using in the cloud, that we will see later. But this is very much being used by most of the companies, and it supports high volume capabilities, cross-platform. When I say cross-platform, it can be installed on any OS, Mac OS, Windows OS, Unix, Ubuntu, any machine you take, you can go and directly install this, and it is highly secured, easy to easy to use. So all of this are some of the features why we are going with MySQL. There is no hard and fast rule that you should also use this MySQL. If you have an existing database, go for it, because I'm here to teach SQL, not focusing too much on the tool. But if you are learning for the first time, just follow what I'm saying. Whatever I'm doing, just continue to do along with me. So you should be able to get this right. Now, we have decided which database we are going to learn. Databases, MySQL. Languages, SQL, right? So we are going to learn this. So I can promise you one thing. I can promise you one thing. You learn SQL. It's a language. Okay. You can talk to this. 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 You can talk to this, because it's a language. So the language can be used to communicate to any tool, right? So that is what we will be learning here. Now, with this, let's get on to
Sorry,
the
Santosh. Sorry to interrupt. Actually, I want to know that there is two words. One is DBMS and one is database. So MySQL is database or database management system, relational database management system.
see. You have a company. In the company, there are some HRs, right? HRs will be there. What are these HRs doing? they'll try to make sure they get the good resource and they'll assign it to a project, right? Now this HR will work under system, right? What that system? Resource management. They will, all the HRs will come here, sit and they'll talk, they'll discuss, they'll set up a meeting and then they'll take a call. Similarly, database is a object where you will have all the data stored. So DBMS stands for Database Management System, where the entire database will be managed. Security will be provided, right? And you will be, once the security is provided, you have to take care of the objects, you have to take care of access part, who has to have access, and what type of database is storing. So it's a system only. So database and DBMS, it's same word. Database stands for DB, where you will be storing all of the data. DBMS is a management system where everything will be organized. So don't get too much of confused. Here we are working on database, right? There are certain DBA developers where they'll be focusing on access, giving licensing, giving access, giving the software patches, updates, and they'll be managing the systems. They'll be taking care of the privileges. Those guys will be working under DBMS, but we are focusing only on database. So why we are focusing only on database? Because we are not too much concerned about what is happening in the backend. We have a database, we have an object, so we are working on it. Okay, so DBMS is a different database concept. What we are working will be database alone. What is a database? What we will have in the database? You will see in some time. As of now, MySQL is a database. Okay, now in order to use this database, we have to install this. We have to install this. Okay, so what I have done is I've made your work very, very easy. Right from Google search, I will be giving you a document which will show you how you need to install this MySQL. Okay, so just go with MySQL downloads for Windows. So majority of the people are using Windows machine. So I'll be giving a Windows document, but you will find it in a Google how to install your database in your Mac machine or a Unix machine or Ubuntu machine. You can get it. It's very simple. It's like just like installing a software, right? Normal software, how do you install, right? Same thing. So what we'll be doing is I'll be showing for Windows. You can replicate for other OS. So I'll go and search MySQL download for Windows. I'll click the first link. Every single click what I'm doing, I've taken a screenshots for you. This document will be shared. So before coming to the tomorrow's class, I expect everyone to install this because from tomorrow we are going to start the practical classes. Okay, so 95% of all our classes will be practicals. I am not a PPT guy, but since it's a first 2-3 days, I want to get some like understanding about it. That's why I'm showing PPTs. In my classes, there will be no PPTs going forward. Everything will be, I will be opening a database, I'll be opening editor. It will be a live coding sessions. 95% of all the classes in KSR will be practical sessions, no PPTs. PPTs is like, see, while you're eating the cake, on top there will be cream, right? It is like that, right? First 2-3 days you will see the PPTs. After that it's going to be completely practical, and that practicals will start from tomorrow. So before coming to the next class, it is must and it is mandatory to install this database. We will be sharing this document and please use this and get this installed. So once you click this download MySQL installer, you will be get into this sheet, that is this page. One is a web version and one is a actual software. So I recommend you to install this actual software, Windows x86. It's a 32-bit machine, and 32 or 64 you can go with both, and you have to download this. So this exe file will be downloaded. Okay, no need to give a sign up. You can simply say no thanks, just start my download. No need to sign up. If you sign up, maybe if there is any update or if there is any issue or a bug, they will update you over email. For us not required, because we are using this tool only for practice, because after 4 months we will be diving into cloud. So all this is for initial setup only, initial practice. So just say don't no thanks, just start downloading, and this exe file will be downloaded. MySQL installer, it's about 330 MB. I think you will get a latest version. I have downloaded 8.0.34. I have downloaded 8.0.34, but now you may have 8.5 or 8.6. Doesn't matter. It's just a version. So once you download it, create one this is my personal folder. In the folder, I will create MySQL, and in that I will copy the exe file. So this is a exe file. That's it. Now it's all about installation. Double click it, you'll get one prompt, and it will start installing. This is the installation step. As I said, every step I have taken a screenshot, so it will go with the installation. And now here you can see that what type of database I need. Do you want only server only? Do you want any client? Do you want full? Do you want custom? So go with custom. The reason why I'm going asking you to do custom is, if you go with a full or a client only or server only, we are not building some end-to-end project for KSR, right? We are installing this only for learning. In case if you want to go with the full, that means you have to use it as a complete system, where I'll try to provide security, I'll try to provide access, I'll try to provide privileges. Imagine that we are doing for our KSR projects. So in that case, that also will be licensed. So all this is not required, and your system has to be very, very high configuration. Your system has to be 32 GB RAM, and your space has to be more. So all of these complications will come. But again, I'm telling you, whatever we are doing, we are going to do it in the cloud. That is why we are all called as cloud engineers, right? So when we are called a cloud engineers, our end objective is to learn everything in the cloud. So here, as a first step, we're learning language. So for that, let's go with some custom, right? So click custom, go next. Custom means whatever is required for writing query, only that part we will get it. So let's go with custom. Let's go with next. So once you go with next, here you have some three expansions, like plus, 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 expand it. Once you expand it, SQL Server you need to add. Just click this green button. It will be coming here, products to be installed. And MySQL Workbench. Server is a database where you will be given a certain space. Workbench is a UI tool which you can go and write the code. So get that as well. And even in this router and documentation, whatever is required, just put it here. So finally, when you are expanding all of this, and when you're moving to this products to be installed, you should see 4. So please make sure that you should see 4. One is server, one is Workbench, one is router, one is shell. So after you click this, go for next. Go for next. So this 4 has to be installed. So the good thing is, in order to install these 4 things, there are some supporting services that is required. Supporting software is required. So server, Workbench, router, and shell, if I want to install this, my system should have Microsoft Visual C++, some supporting softwares. So I may not have this, you may have it, or you may have it, I may not have it. So this is called supporting softwares. This is called supporting softwares. The actual software is MySQL installer, but this will have some supporting softwares. So if I'm just clicking next, in my machine, we don't have Microsoft Visual C++ 15 to 19. This is not there in my machine, right? This is not there in my machine, but this software is required to install this 4 products, right? So I need not go to Google. I need not go and search this again. First, I need to install here, then come here. Not required. Directly, it will show you, boss, when I'm trying to install, this is a software which is not present in your machine. So what should I do? We can directly install here first. Okay, agree the terms and condition, install it. So this Microsoft Visual C++, this is not an actual SQL software. This is a Microsoft software which is required to use your MySQL. So first you go and install. You may be having this. If you're having this, you will not get this, right? If you don't have this, you will get this prompt. So just click this. Then I will install this. It's a very soft, small software which will be installed it. So once this is installed, set up successfully. Now it will check all the requirements. If it is all good, next it will go for next, right? And now it will ready to install. So all the 4 products which I've selected, it will install one by one. Please go and click execute. Once you click execute, this is installing. It will show you the percentage progress bar. So it will be like all 4 will be installed. So this is complete, this is complete, this is installing, next one is pending, and this is complete, this is complete, this is complete, next one is installing, and finally all 4 will be completed. Now let's go for configuration. So we are into the product configuration. Let's go and click next. Let's go and click next. And once you go and click next, don't do any changes. We are using this database as a development computer. So we will be using this as for developing the code. So just go and don't do any changes. Just go and click next. And once you click next, it will ask you to set some authentication for your database. You need to set some password. So just go and click this, go for next. It will ask you to set some password. So give any password which is very simple. In case if you forget it, there is a long process to recover the password. So try to keep hello world, something you keep it, try to enter this and click next. And once you click next, I have given a 5-letter passwords. So I've given the 5-letter passwords. Just go and click next and don't do any changes. Just go and click next and don't do any changes. Go and click next. Don't do any changes. Go and click execute and automatically all the file configurations will be applied. This is a final step. So everything will be checked in. And once that is enabled, again, execute will be button will be there. Just click execute. And all this is done. The configurations of MySQL Server 8.0.34 was successful. Please click finish to continue. Just go and click finish, right? So once you click finish, the last step, go for next. Don't do any changes. Go and click. While going finish, a small prompt window will come, a black color window will come. Just close it. And this is the actual software where we will be going and writing the code. Okay, this is called MySQL Workbench. So Workbench is a place where you will go and write the code. So after installation, if you go to your screen, you will be able to see MySQL Workbench. This is after successful installation, you will be able to see this. You'll be able to see this. Now, this is what is a software that we have installed it. Inside this, there is a MySQL server, and this workbench is where we are going to write our code. If you see here, MySQL Workbench is an officially graphical user interface tool for working with MySQL. It allows you to design, create, and browse your database schemas, work with the database objects. It gives you some user interface, right? Next, go here. There will be a server that will be added here. Click that, and the password which you have given while installing, that same password you have to give here. So I am giving the password. I'm giving the password which I have been given while installing. Then if I click OK, then this window will come. Now this is what you will be seeing as a window where you may not see anything here because you have created for the first time. You may not see anything here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 paths you'll be able to see as part of your workbench software, right? So once we have installed this, right? And why did we choose MySQL? MySQL we have chosen for all of these properties. And now if you see here, this is the download link, and I've asked you to download this part. I've asked you to download this part, right? So once you download this, we will be working with MySQL Workbench. So MySQL Workbench is where you will be going and writing the code. After installing, this is the window that you will see. So just now I have shown you, right? After installation, you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same 5 you see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So maybe it's in different order, but this is the 5 tabs that you see here. The same 5 tabs you see in this presentation as well. So here we have something called SQL Visual Editor. Now this is where you will have to write the code, right? So all the coding, all the commands that we go and write, we will be writing here. This is called SQL Visual Editor. So here is where I'll be writing the code. Okay, this is where I'll be writing the SQL commands. So this is where I'll be writing it. This is actually a editor for us, which is a SQL Visual Editor. After installation, you'll be able to see. And once you run any query, you'll be able to see the results. That result you will see in a query result form. So which record we want to access, who is a user, what is his name, what is his date of birth, what is his gender, everything I can see here. This is nothing but my query result. And every query you write it, it will get stored in the history tab. So this is a history. If I'm writing 10 lines, all the 10 lines you'll be able to see as part of the history. Now you don't see anything here because I have not run anything now. So that is why you don't see. Okay, so imagine that if I want to write, select star from any code I'm writing, if I go and run it, so this is a result. Okay, this is a result. So this gives you the table results, and you can see that this is a data that you see. Just like what you are seeing the data here, this is called query results. And whatever the query which I'm running here in the editor, it will be shown in the below tab. This is called history tab. This is called history tab. So this query I've run, it is giving me 301 rows and it is taking 0.01 seconds. So this is what it is giving you. And this is called object browser. So in one database, I can have multiple projects, right? I can work for KSR, I can work for multiple projects, I can work for multiple Amazon I'm working, Flipkart I'm working, maybe Walmart I'm working. So I may work on different projects. For different projects, we'll be creating different database. What is this database? We will wait and watch. At this point of time, we have many databases because this is my existing database. While you install, you will not see anything here. That's completely fine because it's a brand new database that you have installed. So you may not be able to find anything. That's okay. Now this part is actually a help command. So if you want any syntax, what do you mean by select? I wrote select, right? We don't know what is select. So what do you mean by select? What do you mean by insert? What do you mean by update? What do you mean by create view? All of this you can see. Ideally, what I say is this part is not at all required for you. So simply go and click this final box that will disappear. If you click this, you will see all the tabs. But if I go and click this, that will disappear. And let's disappear that because for me, it is not required. I will get a ample space to write the code. Why this part is not required? Because for your course, I am your help panel, right? If you're stuck with somewhere, you have to ask me, not with this help panel. And we are already having Chat GPT, Google, Gemini, Stack Overflow is there. Why you want to internally use this help command? Not required. So you can simply go and click this. This part will disappear. Not required. Help command is not required because I'm here to teach you. I'm your help command. Even if you're doing at home, if you're doing a practice, we have a beautiful browsers. You can go and browse it. So this part is not required. So I'll close this. So here, if you see, I'll be writing the code. I'll be seeing the results and I'll be seeing the history of commands, and this is a object browsers. So all of this is what we will be using this from now onwards. Okay, so this completes our PPT and presentation. Let's get into practicals. So this part, I've told you, right? I will be writing a code here. I'll be writing a code. What code I need to write? Right? What code I need to write? So what are we here? Why are we learning this? What is our main objective? So everything we will go and do here one by one. Okay. Now let's open one simple Excel. I'll tell you what is a problem that we will face. Okay. So this is a simple Amazon. Everyone knows Amazon, right? Amazon is an online e-commerce website where you can go and buy any products. So in Amazon, we have customer name. Okay. We have customer name and we have, I'll keep some short words, customer name, customer location, customer phone number, customer age, and what product they have purchased. Okay. And what is the quantity they have purchased and how much sales they have made. Okay. Now this is a table that I am tracking. Okay. This is a table I am tracking. So let's create one table. Okay, so this is one table I'm tracking. Okay, now who is the first customer? Let's say Santosh. And what is his location? Bangalore. What is his phone number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's put age, let's put product. So imagine that I have purchased some headphones. Okay, so the headphones I have purchased is 1 and the sales that is made is 3,999. Okay, now the same person who is in the same location, same customer, same phone number. Now I'm purchasing iPhone. Okay, so iPhone I'm purchasing 1 and it is 78,000. Okay, now the same person I'm going with once again. This time I'm actually buying a watch, smartwatch. And this time I am purchasing 4. So each watch charges 3,000. So total is 12,000, right? So this is one thing we have. Let's take another person, my friend who is in Chennai. His phone number is, okay, his phone number is this one. And he is actually 29 and he did not buy any product. He did not buy any product. Okay. So there is another person. He is actually from Delhi. His phone number is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he is actually 35. He is actually purchased joystick, which is 1 and which is 799. Okay. So there is a one product called laptop. No one has purchased this. The laptop is, let's say, 1,10,000. Okay. And there is a pen stand, which is like, which maybe I can put this as MRP also. MRP or sales, whatever you wish. And this is a pen stand. Let's say that it is 399. Now, if you see this, this is a table which is actually storing all of the customer details, all the product information, and what is the MRP and sales. Okay, let's take another person, Ishwar. So Ishwar is from Pune. He is actually having this phone number, right? And his age is 25. He's actually purchased one mic. Okay, and this is, let's say, 1,000 rupees. Now, what do you see here? We have a table. In this table, we have a customer details and we have a product details and we have the MRP, and there are some customers who did not purchase anything. For example, Karthik did not purchase anything. And similarly, there are certain products no one has purchased this, right? So can I say that this is actually not a good way to store the data because there is a lot of gaps in it. There are a lot of null values. So I can say this as, this is actually called bad design. I can call it as a bad design. Why it is bad design? Where are these values? I know that laptop and pen stand no one has purchased. So why you are giving null? And if you see Santosh, he has purchased 3 products. See, he has purchased 3 products, and for all the 3 products, only product is changed and MRP is changed. Why have you given the Santosh, Bangalore, 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 31, 31, 31, number, number, number? Why all these duplications? I know it's purchased by Santosh, but why are you mentioning it 3 times? So if I want to figure out, there are some errors in this. First thing is, why duplications? Why name is repeated? Name, why name, phone number, location is repeated, right? That's my first issue, right? Why? See, I know that you have purchased, but that doesn't mean that you can keep on mentioning all the phone number as if my phone number is a fancy number, as if I'm a minister. My phone number has been circulated 3 times. Not required. So the error says why name, phone number, location is repeated. And we see that some customers didn't purchase. If they have not purchased, why are you tracking here? Why are you tracking here? Because everything you have messed up in the same table, right? So everything you have messed up in the same table. So that is one second mistake. The third mistake is why there are null values. Okay. And the fourth one is why all records is present. Why everything is present? Customer details is present, phone number, location, customer age, product, quantity, what is MRP. Why all records are present in one table? That's the fourth mistake. So overall, this is not a great design. So that's why I'm just giving as a bad design. The problem with this table is, this is a table. The problem with this table is everything you've dumped into a same table. Everything you've dumped into a same table. So this is not a right way of accessing, right? So I'll show you one more. I'll show you one more. This usually happens in my home. That's why I'm giving you this example. So while I go to office, I usually wear a black t-shirt, right? I want to search a black t-shirt from this. This is my cupboard. This is my cupboard. So if I want to search my black t-shirt, you know what? I have to keep on searching here, right? I have to pick out this, I have to pick out this, I have to pick out this, I have to pick out this. So for black t-shirt, two things can happen. I can get it in 5 minutes also, or for searching, I literally take 30 minutes. So this is A, this is B. Okay. So in A, what is happening in A is, in A, I'm actually taking 30 minutes. But after I pick the black shirt, in order to dump it back, I will take only 5 minutes. After, for searching a black t-shirt, I'll take 30 minutes. Why? Because everything is disturbed. Everything is mixed up. So everything, all my formals, casuals, nightwears, everything is mixed up. So if I want to pick one shirt, I may get it in 5 minutes, but the worst time that I can have is I have to search for 30 minutes. But to dump that again into my cupboard, I'll take only 5 minutes, right? But here, for dumping, where the things are going to be organized, you'll take 30 minutes. Umbrellas, belts, maybe hat, maybe here where there is a shoes, or if you see by bags, maybe the proper dress, maybe my towels or whatever it is, right? I've organized it. So in order to organize it well, I will take 30 minutes. But if I want to search, you search anything, you want to search black shirt, you want to search black shoes, the maximum time is 1 minute. Here, for organizing, it is taking 30 minutes, but for pulling out any data that you want, it will take hardly 1 minute. Now, the most preferred way is organized. It's not a bookshelf, it's a clothes shelf. Okay, so here, everyone prefers to have B. But ideally we don't follow. If you come and see my cupboard, it will be like A. Okay, so it will be like A. If I want to pick one cloth, I'll put everything outside and then I'll pick one. But if it is a well organized, 30 minutes you're spending for organizing it, that's okay. But the advantage of this is you can get it in 1 minute. So forget about database, forget about this cloth. In your life, in your career, if you're having a well organized way of learning, you can reach the heights. Okay, even if there is if there are 100 clothes, 100 things, you can still get it in 1 minute. That's the beauty of organized, right? Now, this is not organized. This is not organized. See here, everything is dumped into one table. It is not organized. So what I am going to do now, this one, I am going to create another design, which I'll call it as a good design. Okay, there's a very bad design. So this one, good design. So what I'm going to do, I'll copy this. I'll go here. I'll paste it here. Let's see what I can do in this design. Okay, so this is not a well design, bad design this is. So let's see how we can make it better. How we can make it better. First of all, I don't want duplicates. So I will remove all this. I have one record. I have one record. So I don't want all this. Okay, so this is called one table. This is called one table. And this table, if you see, this is called customer table. This is called customer table. Nowhere you will see the duplicate customers. Here we had Santosh is repeated 3 times. Maybe Karthik, if he is purchasing one more product, he will be repeated twice. So here I am trying to avoid the duplicates. Now I will create another product table. So whatever the products you have, whether pen, laptop and pen stand, whether they are buying or not buying, I'm least bothered. I will take all the products and I'll put it here. Okay. This is a product name. They are buying or not buying, I'm least bothered, right? Here they have not purchased, so that's why you're coming as empty. But they're buying or not buying, I'm least bothered. I will also give the MRP price here. This is going to be one table and this is MRP. So this one I will go and give it as another table. Okay. So this is going to be a product table for us. Now, even here also, for example, in this, imagine Ishwar is also buying headphones. So Ishwar is also buying headphones. So in this headphones, if you see, I think I pasted it. So even if your headphones is there, right? Even if headphones is there, right? Headphones is actually a repeated product. Headphones is actually a repeated product. So why you have to give this? It's the same product, right? Why you have to write it multiple times? So this is also going to be a duplicate. This is also going to be a duplicate. Maybe if it is a different brand, that is fine. Same brand, same quantity, same thing. Why you have to have duplicates? So here what I will do, I will write only once. I will write only once. Now this one I will call the third table, which I'll call it as transaction table. Now here I will take which customer has purchased what product he has purchased and what is the quantity he has purchased. Now here if you see, Santosh has purchased this one and the quantity is this one. I will go and put it here. Okay, next, Santosh has purchased iPhone and he has purchased this quantity 1, 2, 3. I'll take this, I'll put it here. Okay, next, Santosh has purchased smartphone which is of 4. I'll go and put it here. Similarly, Karthik, he has not purchased anything, right? So I will not include him. Rajiv, joystick 1. I'll go and put it here. Now, this guy, this laptop and pen stand, they have not purchased. If they have not purchased, don't mention here because this is a transaction table. Not mentioned, not purchased. Next, Ishwar, headphones 1. Now, this will be my transaction table. If I go and put one table for this, and if I go and create one table for this, now this is how your table looks like. See, compared to previous one, which is a bad design, how this looks, how messy it looks. Just look at the colorings. Just look at the colorings. Duplicates. This is one duplicate. Why phone number, why address, why name, everything is repeated. And why this is null values, and why this is null values. This one because he is not purchased. This one is because no one has purchased this product. Everything dumping into same table. This is the issue I have. But here, my name is there, my phone number is here. But here, I'm just taking my name. So name is repeated. That's fine. That also we will improve it. This is not the best design, but this is somewhat far better than what we have the bad design. You can see nowhere you see the duplicates. Nowhere you see the null values. This is how I have to create some design for my objects. Don't dump everything into one table. This is how it will become. Dumping everything into multiple racks. Instead, you create multiple racks. One for maybe my daily wears. Maybe one is for formals. One is for bags. One is for shoes. Similarly, what I am doing, this table is for customer data. This table is for product data. This table is for transaction data. So in this transaction data, whoever purchased, only those guys will come. You may ask me, here Karthik information was there. Karthik information was there. But why Karthik information is not come here? In the transaction table, I will make sure people who only buy, only those people will come. And that is why in this blue color table, you don't see Karthik because he has not purchased. You don't see laptop because laptop was not purchased. You see pen stand, people have not purchased, and that is why I'm not included. People who have purchased, product who have purchased, I'll put it in this table. If not, I will not. So compared to this design is 100% better. So each table I'm storing specific information, right? So I'll give a break here. Is it clear? Are we all good? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone?
Clear, Santosh.
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
Yeah.
this is called customer table. This is called product table, right? This is called transaction table, right? I'll mention it as transaction table. So what is a table? Table is a rows and columns, which is a actual data. So we have a customer table, we have a transaction table, we have a product table. Now, imagine this is Amazon. This is Amazon client. This is Amazon. For Amazon, we have this type of customers, we have this type of products, we have this type of transactions, right? Now, if I take a Flipkart, if I take a Walmart, is it something going to change? In Flipkart also you'll have customers. In Flipkart also you'll have products. In Flipkart also you'll have a transactions. Is it something going to change if it is a Flipkart? Is it going to change?
No.
Yes,
No.
maybe.
What it will change?
Column names maybe change.
What?
Field names.
Field names, oh, okay, field names may change, but field names in the sense, customer name will still be a customer name, customer location will be a customer location, phone number will be a phone number. Maybe instead of phone number, they may give like this, full number. That's fine. It's just a name, but is there major thing, is it going to change?
No.
Remains
No.
same.
What?
Why is it is okay? Same.
Yeah. Now, even if you take this for KSR, okay, even if you take this for KSR, I'll tell you what we will do here. Copy, create a copy. So this one, imagine this good design is for KSR. See, nothing will change here. Instead of customer table, I will call it as a student table. Okay. And imagine these are all students. Okay. This is a student location, student phone number, this one. And this is, it will not be product, it will be course. Okay, it will be course, and this will not be MRP, instead it will be fees, right? And instead this one will be data analyst. This will be data engineer. This will be data scientist. This will be cloud engineer, right? So maybe fees will be, this will be maybe 1,000, and let's say this is 60,000, and let's say this is 45,000, right? Maybe this is not there, so I'll ignore this. Okay, and instead of doing this, I'll give only 4 courses. Okay, let's say 4 courses. Now this is fine. So the schema is not changing, right? See here, this is customer, but here it is student. That's all is a difference. And here, let's say Satish, right? So Satish has taken, he has taken all 3 subjects. Okay, let's say Rajiv. Rajiv has taken data science. Maybe Ishwar, he has taken data engineer, and everyone has taken only once. Now, if you see here, the this is actually a Amazon details, right? So this is the Amazon details. So imagine I'll put this into one box. So this is related to Amazon. So in Amazon, we have a customer table, we have a product table, we have a transaction table. All this collection of tables, I will call it as database. I will call it as database. A database is a collection of tables for that particular project. So tomorrow, the same customer table, I can use it for Flipkart also. So I will not go and club it here. I will not go and club it here. For Flipkart, we will have another database.
So here records might change, but blueprint is same. Like
Yes.
structure is same.
Right. Maybe structure will be same in the sense the structure also may change. For example, here they may not call it as a customer, they may call it as a user. That's fine,
Yes,
completely
we
fine.
can say blueprint.
Yeah. So instead of
Okay.
location, maybe they'll say like this. Instead of use customer name, maybe they can give username. Whatever it's their wish. But the structure remains same, right? So what we will do, we should not get confused. We should not get confused. How this is a user table. Does this user table belong to Flipkart or does it belong to Amazon? We should not get confused. That is why we create a database. So database will be the top level. In the database, you will have multiple tables: customer table, product table, and transaction table. So if I want to draw a diagram, this will be my database. This will be my database, and this will have multiple tables. Okay, imagine this is customer table. This is product table. This is transaction table. So one database will have multiple tables. Okay, imagine this is one project. So this is one project. So in this one project means, let's take it as this is Amazon. Amazon project will have a database and will have multiple tables. If I have a Flipkart, another database, Flipkart database, in that multiple tables will be there. Like this is a hierarchy. One database is equivalent to like a one project or one separate module. Within that, you will have multiple tables. So today we have seen what is this bad design. Bad design is one client, one database, one table, everything dumped into one table itself. It looks very, very messy, right? Just imagine this like your cupboard, like everything dumped into one rack. Oh, it is organized. If someone comes and say pick one, everything will fall down, or they'll not be able to search. If you are very lucky, you can get it in 1 minute. If you are unlucky, everything you have to fit, and the last cloth is what you will get it. That is if the things are not well organized. But if the things are well organized, you can get it in 1 minute. So here also, this is not a well good, I mean, this is not at all a design, because everything is dumped. If I want to go and search this, it becomes very hard because everything I've dumped here. But here, I have organized it well, and that is where you will be writing our logics and we'll be organizing it well. Who is going to organize this? We are going to do this. The database design they will give you, but we can create a tables like this and then we can load it. So as a data engineer, we will also be required to know how the things have been organized. In which table, what type of data is needed. So in this, customer data is stored, in this product information is stored, in this transaction information is stored. So that is how one database will have multiple tables. Is that clear? Are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So today is our Tuesday. Usually my mom says that. So Tuesday is a good day, it seems. Okay. So we will write our first code in our editor. Okay. First question is, how do you create database in SQL? See, I want to create a database now. Right? First is because first is database, right? This is a database. So database comes in the top. So I have to create a database now. So let me go and create a database first. So how do you create a database in SQL? If see the one which I'm writing this, right? This becomes comments. Okay. This becomes comments. Comments means your system will not understand. This is only for you. Okay, this is only for you. What I'm doing here, I'm writing a comments. This comments is only for you. The system will not understand because I've put ash. Ash is nothing but comments. Now, if I want to go and create a database, I cannot go and say, let's say, implement database Amazon. This will not work. This will not work because what I am saying is actually in English, right? Implement database. So it's in English, but I cannot go and write it in English. I have to write it in a way that the system understands. So how do you create a database in our SQL is, the syntax is create database. Every single person in this world will have a name. Even your pet dog has a name, right? So everyone will have a name. Your database also should have name. So the name of the database I'll give is Amazon. Since it's a database, I will suffix with DB. So line number 3 is to create a database. Whether it is going to create it or not, let's see. I will have to select this have to select this. There is a Spark button that you see on the screen. Just click the Spark button and you can see the green color which says that the database is created. Okay, so to create a database, you have to write create database name. So if you see here, create and database is actually coming with blue color, whereas the name which I've given Amazon DB is coming with black color. So what do you mean by this blue color is, this blue color is actually called the keyword. Only if you use the keyword, it will work. So the keywords clearly says that create database. Okay, now if you go and refresh this, you will see the Amazon DB here. Okay, now I'll create one more time. I'll Control C, Control V, I'll do. Instead of Amazon DB1, I'll put DB1. Instead of Amazon DB, I'll put DB1. Now I'll go and run it. Now it has run successfully. Now if I refresh this, you will see Amazon DB1. So let's say that I want to create another database. This time I'll create DB2. Now I'll create this. Now I will go and refresh this. You will see the Amazon DB1, DB2, DB3. Now I've already created DB2, right? If I again go and create one more time, now it will fail. What it is saying, errors are very easy to understand. Cannot create a database Amazon DB2 because database already exists. Since it is already existing, it is not allowing me to create with the same name. So every single database has to be unique name. Okay, if it is already used, you cannot use it. So just like you cannot find another Santosh, you cannot find another database with the same name. Is that clear? This is how you have to create the database. All good? Yes?
Yes.
So
Yes.
why are you seeing so many in my project? Because I've been using this for a lot of batches, lot of times I've been using. So you'll see Amazon, you'll see eBay, you'll see Flipkart, right? You will see Walmart, because I work for different projects. In your case, you may not be able to find anything, but you will definitely be able to create a database like this. Okay, so this is for how to create a database. Create database. Imagine I want to see all the databases. Okay, so list all the databases. Okay, so for the command is show databases. Okay, so if I go and see show databases, you will see all the database, that is, you can see here, right? The same thing you can see here. Whatever the databases you can see here, Walmart DB1, Lotmart DB2, YouTube, Snapdeal. Okay, all this you can see here. Optum, Flipkart, everything. So to list all the databases, you need not see here. You can also go and write show databases. So show databases will help you to see all the databases. Okay, now at a time, you can work only on one project. At a time, you can work on only one project. Either I can have to work on Amazon, either I have to work on Flipkart. Now currently, which to check which database is active. To check which database is active, because there are many databases, right? There is a Walmart is there, there is a retail is there, there is a Flipkart is there, there is Amazon is there. So there are a lot of databases, but which one is active at this point of time? Which database is active? So in order to see that, select database. Okay, so select database. If I give a select database, it will tell you which one is active. So the active database is currently KSR SQL. Here, if you can see, it is the one which is highlighted, which is in a bold color. There also I can identify, but if you want to identify with the code, so to check which database is active, select database. So this will be active. But if I want to activate another database, to activate because today I've created Amazon DB, right? So I have to activate this. To activate a database, you have to simply go and write use Amazon DB. You are using the database now, automatically this will become bold. So going forward, any table I create will go and create only in the specific database, because I have to create a customer table. I have to create a customer table. This customer table can go to Amazon also, can go to Flipkart also, can go to Walmart also. Where exactly should go? It should go to Amazon. How do you activate that? To activate a database, this is use database. Now you go and write select database, whichever is active, that database it will show. So as of now, the active database is Amazon. So how do you say? Simply don't go and ask which is active in English. It will not work. If you want to understand, if you want to make database understand, you have to talk to its own language. In its language, select database is what? To check which database is active. To activate certain databases, you will have to go and use Amazon DB. Is that clear? Today we have learned 3 commands. One is create database, command number 1, show database, command number 2, select databases, command number 3, use database, command number 4. The one which you see in this blue color, it's a comments. That is only you will understand, I will understand, system will not understand. System will understand only this blue colors. The one which I've written here, right? This is keywords. So create database means this computer will understand, okay, I have to create a database and the database name has to be this one. So that is what in the backend it will capture it. So 4 commands we have learned. Why are we creating the database? Because database is the first thing that I have to create for a design. For that, we have seen what was a bad design, what was a good design. In the good design, first I need a database. Inside the database, let's start creating the table. Okay. So this is about today's session.
How can we prevent the duplicacy of databases?
You have to wait for tomorrow's class.
Okay.
Simple answer.
Yeah, we are going in order, right? Just now we are creating a database. Tomorrow we will have to create table. After creating the table, then we will be inserting the records. While inserting the records, we have to see how duplicates can be avoided. So everything we are going in a
I'm
flow.
not asking about the records which are in duplicates. Like I'm asking about the duplicacy names of databases which you entered DB2, right? When where it shows already exists.
See, here I am giving DB1, DB2, DB3 for example only. Usually
For
it will be
example,
Amazon.
you shown.
So that's what now
If
it is Amazon, right? There is something called Flipkart. There is something called Walmart, right? If it is already there, it will throw error. For example, now Amazon is already there, right? So I'll give here, it is throwing error. Cannot create a database because database exists. So the reason why it is throwing, because it is already exist. Okay. So I will have to go and find out if it is already existing, it will not allow me to create. Then I have to create a new name. So you will not be allowed to create all of this because already companies have decided what should be my database name. So tomorrow, if you come to KSR, okay, you will start creating something called KSR DB. I will say, don't use it. We already have a database. We already have a database. You have to use only that. So these are all examples I'm giving. That doesn't mean that you will always go and create a database. While creating a database, if you are creating a database, if it is already existing, go with another name. Simple.
okay, like before creating the database names, we need to check everything, or is there any keyword to create database?
Sorry, what?
Before creating a database, it's an example.
Hmm.
Uh, i- Amazon DB is already exist in our schemas, right? Uh, I didn't check schemas and I directly go and creating a database called Amazon DB. Is there any keyword to prevent this? Like throw instead of throwing error, is there any keyword
We will see
to
that. That's what I
use?
said, right? We will see that whether it is already there. If it is already there, you have to create it with a different name. If it is already not there, we
Mhm.
can create it with a different name. We will see that. We will see in the upcoming
Oh,
sessions. As of now, how to create a database is what I've shown you now.
okay, Santosh.
Are we all good? Yes?
Sir, I've got a question.
Yeah.
So to run a code, it is important that I just highlight that piece of code, right? So,
Yes.
okay.
At this point of time, if I want to write this, highlight it, there is a spark button on your screen. The first spark, just click it. You'll be able to run only that code.
Okay. Okay.
I have a
Yeah.
general question, Santosh.
Hmm.
How is the job market these days? And
For
how
what? Which role?
AI, data engineer role?
See, companies are hiring data engineers, right? But companies are not able to find the true talents. Some of them are just learning in like 15 days, 20 days, and then going and sitting in a project, and companies are not able to utilize them. They're firing. This is what is happening. But for a data related platform, there are a lot of openings. When I say data platform, data engineers have a lot of openings, data scientists have a lot of openings, data analysts have a lot of openings. But you should be applying to a right roles. So here what is happening? Openings are there. Okay. In the post Thanksgiving week, we have seen some freeze. That means after Thanksgiving week, after November 15th, there is a very less openings that we had, but we have expected to open it from second week. So second week of January, that is in the next 2 3 4 days, we should be able to see the market is open, because a lot of people, lot of hiring team, they are on vacation, Christmas, New Year, so it is all
Layoffs
expected.
also is going on. No? So
What?
layoffs also going
See,
on
why are you worrying
right
about
now.
layoffs is happening because you're not technically good. Layoffs is
Okay.
happening because you are not able to match the company's expectations.
And how AI is affected to data engineer?
How is AI affected to data engineers, huh? So
Yeah, data
what do you
engineer.
think, do you think AI can replace your job?
Nowadays, code developer also replaced in some companies. O1 is working good to uh, GPT O1, and in
See, that's
January
what I'm
Workbench
asking.
also.
I'm asking you same question. Do you think AI will replace your job?
Maybe it happened.
Okay. So, you're from which place?
I am from Karnataka with the district.
Oh, you're from Bangalore, Karnataka only. Okay. So you are in Indian time, right? So it's a breakfast time for you, right? So now it's time for you to have a breakfast. Now, you know Chat GPT, right? You know what is Chat
Yes,
GPT?
yes, yes.
What is Chat GPT?
It's an AI bot.
It's an open AI tool, sir.
Okay. Now I'm asking a question, okay? I want to eat breakfast. Can you prepare for me? What it says? What it says? I can't cook, but it is giving you suggestions to cook, right? I want to eat
Uh,
breakfast now. I want a
this
ready-made food.
is
Do you think I can
not.
I can get it from
I'm not
ChatGPT?
talking
No.
about the
The
GPT
reason
code.
what I'm saying here is there are certain jobs, there are certain jobs which cannot be replaced. There are certain jobs which cannot be replaced. I want to eat food now. Can ChatGPT give me? It's a AI tool, right? Why can't prepare a food for me? It can't. It can give you a suggestion. It can give you a suggestion what to have, how I can make it. It is actually giving me suggestions. Similarly, if I want to write a code, if I want to build a pipeline, it can give the suggestion. Okay, you can write this type of code. This is a syntax. This is a query. But who has to sit and write? One has to sit in front of the system. Who is that system? That has to be a data engineer. There are certain jobs, maybe it can be replaced, but no one can ever replace data scientist. No one can ever replace data engineer, and no one can ever replace data analyst. AI tools are there. AI tools will just give you some suggestions, but you have to sit and write the code. You have to go and build the pipeline. So to answer your question, forget about all the other jobs. Your role as a data engineer cannot be replaced.
Recently, O3
Santosh, may I know where do I find that
in the
installation
market
document?
too.
What?
Installation
Santosh,
document.
recently ChatGPT O3 is came in the market too. They are working on mathematical and reasoning ability as well. So
Sorry to interrupt.
usually,
I'm sorry. Does this is done? Like it's only the questioning
Yeah, the
part?
class is done. The class is done. You can leave.
Okay, okay. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, the
Thank
class
you.
is done. I'm just answering questions. You can leave. I'm
Okay,
done for
okay.
the
No
day.
worries, no worries.
Yeah.
You people carry on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
please go ahead with the questions.
Santosh, may
Santosh,
I find
one.
One
where
by
do
one,
I
please.
find installation document?
I'll share it you. However, wherever you got the link, right? So in the
Mm-hmm.
same link, you will get the documentation in the next 15-20 minutes.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Santosh, I have one doubt. When we came across interviews, companies are asking multiple skills. Like for example, Azure, they are asking at the same time they are asking about the Python, whether you have 5+ years of experience into Power BI, also in SQL. How come a candidate will have that much of all type of tools? Yeah.
See, that's why we have started this cloud engineering, right? So here we'll be covering SQL, Python, PySpark, Big Data, Hadoop, Hive, and then we'll be focusing on majorly on Azure. Parallelly, we are also learning AWS, GCP, right? So that's why we have created one course. Even God will not know all technologies, to be truth, right? It's
Yes,
all about
okay.
how you manage it. In the interview, if they ask Power BI, you need to tell Power BI, I have not worked in my past, but I can learn it. So not, you cannot expect everyone to know everything. Even I don't know everything. There are thousands of technologies. I cannot know thousands of technologies, right? How I'm portraying myself, what I'm mentioning in my resume, that makes an impact. So you can clearly tell I'm a data engineer with a strong skill sets on SQL, Python, PySpark, and Azure. This will be the four. If they're asking you, do you know Power BI? I've not worked on Power BI, but I can readily learn, and it's working with a lot of other technologies. I don't think Power BI is a rocket science. With just a couple of days, I should be getting used to the tool. Simple. Even the panel who is asking will
Okay,
not
sir.
know everything.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Adding to the same question, nowadays they are asking for the text as well as the hands-on experience about 2 to 3 years. How do we face that?
That's what you're practicing here, right? If you're practicing here, if you're doing the projects, that will give you some hands-on experience. As I said, everything is a practical classes from today. So everything, whatever I'm writing the code, you're also doing the hands-on at your home. Depending on your experience, for example, your 2022 pass out, for the last 2 years, you've been quiet, you're not working. Show that experience has worked as an internship. Show that 2 years as working as a freelancing. You put all your projects, put it in your LinkedIn, show that these are all the projects I've done. It's all hands-on, right? No one has done it for you. You have done it for yourself. So you have to portray that. You have to create your own portfolio where all these projects has to be showcased to your HRs.
Okay, thank you.
Santosh,
Hello, Santosh.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Like I've been following you in YouTube, and you've been a fantastic resource for everything. But the thing is, I want to know how detailed will you go for Python, because they have been asking in interviews for like libraries like Pandas, NumPy. Are we going in detail in the libraries, or when I saw the syllabus, I think it was just the basic, the variables, the variables, the loops and structures, exceptions. So. I would
See here.
like to know about that as
Uh,
well. Yeah.
in Python, okay, what we will
Mm-hmm.
be
Mm-hmm.
covering will be starting from introduction, installation, features, variables, data types, functions, collections,
Mm-hmm.
and it is clearly mentioned, right? Libraries.
Ah, okay. I did see that, but thank
So
you so
like
much.
in the libraries
Mm-hmm.
is what we will be using pandas. Pandas is a very, very useful for data
Mm-hmm.
analysis. And this once you learn Python, the same Python library we will be using in Spark. So PySpark is
Okay.
also
Yeah.
see, that doesn't mean that Python means we'll learn only Python. All your related
Mm-hmm.
topics, right? You see this PySpark and you see this Hadoop. Everything works with the Python only. I cannot mention PySpark here. If I mention PySpark here, people will ask what is this PySpark. In order to explain PySpark, I need to tell what is big data, what is I've then only PySpark. So it's like segregated here and there, and I have put wherever it is required. I've put as per data engineer what is really required. That is what we have mentioned in the syllabus. Okay, apart from this, some additional practice, additional homework, additional assignments will be given where you have to get an expert. If I teach only Python, I can teach it for even 3 years. That much of topics are there. But is it really needed? Have you joined this course to become a Python developer or a data engineer?
Data engineer, yes.
Yeah, for data engineer, what is required? That is what we are covering here.
Yeah, because that's exactly what's been going wrong with me, because I've been learning Python, doing many things, but still again I'm not able to grasp what's the basics of data engineering using Python. So that's the reason I
That's the
joined this
mistake.
program.
See,
So yeah.
that's where when you're going through offline, while you're reading something, right? You don't know where to start, where to end.
Yeah, correct. That's the exact reason why I've said. So if everything is included, then definitely I think this is the right program. And there is one more question, like if it's no to, like if you're free, if you can answer, that would be great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, the thing is, the moment I signed up for this class, I've actually got an interview tomorrow. It is for Power BI developer who has experience in. I mentioned I know only Azure Data Factory, but they have called for an interview tomorrow. But they're asking for Azure DevOps and Azure environment as well. So, is there any top three questions that comes to your mind regarding Azure DevOps? Because I just know the basic.
Okay.
Any top three
See,
questions that comes to your mind?
see
Sorry,
one
I'm
thing
so
which
sorry. I'm so sorry.
one thing I'll tell you is I'm sorry I cannot guide you completely, but we in our YouTube channel itself we have top 23 interview questions for SQL for Azure, and there are a couple of mock interviews that we have taken. So you're asking me
Ah.
three, right? I've given you top 20 also. You go to that
Oh, thank you
interview
so much.
questions. Top 20 questions will be asked. There are 4 to 5 videos in our YouTube channel. If you go through all this YouTube video, for sure you will clear it.
Yeah, your video on SQL has helped me a lot on the top 20 question. I think I'll go through, I'll check I didn't check the Azure part of the interview, but I'll just check that as well, because I just, as soon as I signed up for this, I don't know what happened. As soon as I signed up for this class, I got the interview call
Maybe
as
you are
well. I was
lucky.
really shocked, but thank you so much. But I'm really excited to join this journey. But thank you so much for this again. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for
sure.
guiding us, Santosh.
Sure.
Yeah, Santosh, can I get this whole curriculum?
Yeah, our team is working on it. As I said, this is not well formatted. It's a new syllabus that we have created. So by today or maybe by tomorrow, we'll be sharing the complete syllabus. Same syllabus, it will be well formatted, and we'll share you that.
Thanks.
Santosh, in this syllabus, you have included that how AI will help the data engineer in future, how it works.
Even I'll be using ChatGPT in our classes. Okay, that is where I'll tell you what I do in my project also. If I'm stuck with somewhere, how I use ChatGPT or how I get good, I can help you. But will AI replace your data engineering role? The answer is no. Because you have to sit and write the pipeline, you have to code the pipeline, so that cannot be automated. There are certain things which you can take ChatGPT's help or AI's help, that we will
But
do
I
it in our
have
project itself.
recently saw the video regarding GPT O1 and O3. Companies are going to implement it already in some companies, and that's reason yesterday my friend's company 150 people are
See,
hired.
lot of people will say AI will replace, okay, but personally what I have experienced is there is nothing like we it can be replaced, okay. If let me tell you one thing, okay. You see lot of robots which can do surgeries in hospitals, right? Yes, have you seen that?
Yes,
Okay, then why doctors has not been replaced yet?
it's costly.
Forget about costly. What else is there? Why your surgeries is still done by a human and not by robots?
Machines make mistakes.
Machines cannot understand emotions. Machines cannot understand business, right? So that is why even today doctors are involved. Similarly, whatever the automation you can do, you can automate it. But who understands the business? Who understands the logic? Who understands? It's human who has created that machine. Why are you dependent on the machine here? It's humans who have created ChatGPT. It's humans who are, so humans' brain is more brilliant than any other. So if I want to talk about business, I'll talk about business only, right? For example, I'll tell you simple. If machines has been coded that 1.5 hours the session should get closed. So by the time 9:30 the session would have got closed, right? But why still 9:46 the session is still running? Because I'm answering questions. I understand the emotions. I understand what questions you're asking. Depending on that, I'm answering. If it was a time based, If it was a machine based, exactly at 9:35, just like an alarm clock, the call would have been disconnected. I'll not extend it because machines doesn't know. So here what is important is machines are helpful, but it will not replace humans. Any tool, let it be any tool, your work as a data related one, you have to think. You have to think about business. You have to take a sharp decisions. That you have to do it. No other system or tool can use it.
Okay, Santosh. Thank you.
Santosh,
Should you be
how
able to?
are you going to cover GCP like data flow, airflow, PubSub,
No. No, as I said, 90% of importance is given to your Azure. 10% we are covering as what is really important to build a pipeline. So what you can do in a pub and sub, we are already doing it in Azure. I will relate it, but in depth of services, we will not cover, because if you want to really learn about pub and sub, if you want to really learn about Airflow, then you should join GCP data engineer and not cloud engineer or not Azure data engineer, because here we are focusing on more on Azure. If you want to learn more on pub and sub data flows in GCP, then it's a different course.
Are you guys offering GCP data engineer course?
As of now, no, we are offering AWS as well as Azure only.
So
We have a
Because in my
separate course for
company, we
we
have
have a separate
GCP.
course. Yeah, we have a separate course for AWS. We have a separate course for Azure. As of now, we don't teach GCP. Because when we
So
see the market trend, right, maybe your company is using, but if you see the market trend, a lot of openings, a lot of projects are in in AWS and Azure. So GCP is very less. I think you are working in a GCP project, but if you want to learn complete depth of GCP, this is not the right course, to be honest.
So what about AWS? Are you going to cover AWS or it's only
For
very little?
AWS, we have a different course. Here we are teaching at high level. For AWS, we have a separate course, AWS Data Engineer. That will come with AWS with Snowflake. You can join that if you really need to learn in depth of AWS.
Okay, this is more like only Azure.
Yes, 90% all we are going to learn will be on Azure. 10% GCP on AWS. There are a lot of other courses like AWS Data Engineer, where 90% will be on AWS. 10% will be GCP and Azure.
Yeah.
If you are looking for GCP, this is not the right course.
Yeah, I was looking morely towards GCP.
Yeah, in that case, this course will not suit you. This course will be like only for the guys who want to learn completely data engineering with Azure as a framework.
Got it. Thank you.
So are the opportunities more for AWS cloud engineer or Azure? How
It
is the
is
market?
market is good for data engineer. Okay, doesn't matter whether you're using AWS, doesn't matter whether you're using GCP, doesn't matter whether you're using Azure. Each company will have a different fan base. For example, if you want to eat pizza, pizza is available both in Domino's and Pizza Hut, but where you will eat, it's all depends on customers. Similarly, there are a lot of companies who depend on completely on Azure. There are a lot of companies who depend on completely on AWS. It's like a fan base. So if you want to apply for Amazon, then please don't learn Azure. Learn AWS. If you want to join Microsoft, then don't learn AWS. You learn Azure. So each one will have their own fan base and own cloud. Depending on your interest, you can choose it. If you really don't have any hopes, I don't want to look for Amazon, or I don't want to look for AWS, or I simply want to get into a company, then learn any one tool.
Okay, if my company is migrating towards AWS cloud, so then do you think this one
Are
is
you going,
benefit?
in your current company you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean there is a talk that they'll be doing lift and shift of to AWS cloud.
That's why we are here to teach, right? We'll be teaching you both here, right? In cloud. I'll be explaining Azure. The same Azure services, I'll relate it to AWS.
Okay, so I mean in this course I see that 80% is more of Azure
Hmm.
and 10% is AWS. So will I be
Okay,
able to?
I'll put it in this example, okay? Imagine I'm teaching you cooking, okay? I'm teaching you cooking. You will be able to cook in your house. If you go to your friend's house, will you still be able to cook?
Yeah.
Why?
So I
It's a
need, I
different house,
just,
right?
I just
It's
need to know the recipe.
no, it's a different house, right?
Yeah, but I just need the recipe and ingredients.
That's it what you're learning here, right? You're learning Azure, you're learning all the ingredients, you're learning all the recipes. So tomorrow, instead of doing it in Azure, you're doing it in AWS. What is there?
Okay, cool. Thank you, Santosh.
Yeah, any other questions? Okay, with that, we have completed 4 days of free session. So tomorrow will be the last day, and tomorrow start getting registered with. I mean, tomorrow if you reach out, you have to wait to. You can start reaching out to our team today itself. Reach out to our team. Initially, in the start of the class, Mahesh was explaining about the payments as well as the course, how to access a recording. So please reach out to our team. Our team is always available. Get all your questions clarified and get registered. Tomorrow will be the last free class. After that, every session is going to be a paid session. So you will not be getting the link. You have to join directly from the website. Okay. So with that, we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi, Santosh.
Thank you, Santosh. Bye.
Thank you.
How can we touch with the team?
You can see our website. We'll
Okay.
be having the number there. You can reach out to contact us. Number is there. There are 2 numbers. We can get in touch with our team, and our team can help you.
Okay, you are going to share that download document in chat, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Santosh.
Yeah. Thank you all.